GM. Welcome to what's going to be a very special episode of DevNTell. So if you didn't know, DevNTell is a weekly podcast hosted by the Developer DAO and myself, NARP, for founders, weekend hackers, and anyone in between to showcase the fantastic projects they built. And today we are going to have a very special episode because we are going to be hosting all the winners of the Rootstock and DD Small Grants Program. So we are going to be, and these folks were all voted by you, the code holders and NFT holders of Developer DAO. So we're going to be joined by James, Cordy, Nestor, Julio, and Mike, who will be showcasing their demos to us. So if you stick around for today's episode, you'll see top-notch showcases of innovative applications built on top of the Rootstock platform. All right, let's get into it. Oh, sorry, I was muted. I said GM. Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy to have you all on. This is going to be a really exciting show. I'm really looking forward to all the awesome projects you guys have built. But before we get into that, let's go roundtable style and do brief introductions about all ourselves. So James, would you like to go first?
Okay. GM. I'm James. I'm a developer from Nigeria. A developer DAO member. I'm a contributor to the newsletter. I'm a backend developer. My tech stack is the main stack, and I also do Solidity programming and stuff like that. I love writing. I'm a technical writer. Recently, I won the Aptos hackathon that has to do with technical writing on Aptos and all that. Um, um, I'm proud to be here, and I hope I do my very best. Thank you.
Awesome. And you're a legend, man, for holding up the fort on the newsletter. It's fantastic work you're doing. And yes, welcome to the show. Cordy, would you like to go next?
Hey guys, I've been in space for a while now, about like 8 years. Been through ups and downs in this market, and I've experienced writing a newsletter. I have my own community in crypto. I call them the Bitcode Bandits. So there's a bunch of OGs on there on Telegram who just talking about a lot of crazy things like NFTs, buying meme coins. Been in this space for a while now. Besides that, I'm an advisor in the space. I'm a Rootstock ambassador as well. So I've been a Rootstock ambassador for years, one of the OG Rootstock ambassadors. And I've been following Rootstock for a while, since 2019. So it's been an experience for me just seeing how the space goes and seeing what really works. And for me, as an advisor, board member, and consultant in the space, I've built projects as well. So I've been here and done that in a space where I see that there's a lot of potential when it comes to Rootstock and how it's like the hub. So now I'm here building a project called Handle, and I'm excited to see how this all comes together, because the whole point for me is how can I bring the whole space together, and I believe Handle is that solution.
Excellent. And that's awesome. And yeah, we actually met a few months back when you told me about your project. So really excited to see you showcase it here. And welcome to the show. And last but not least, Nestor, would you like to give a brief intro about yourself?
Yes, GM, everyone. Here I'm Nestor. I'm from Chile, South America. Working with over 15 years of experience. I'm a computer engineer. I'm a builder, also an entrepreneur. With experience in AI, big data, since the pandemic, 2021. Working in Web3 and blockchain. I love to build new products. I love to sell products and in Web3. And one of the products we are building, I'm going to show to you today, later. So that's the idea, to share with the community, to learn from the community, and create amazing products. And thank you, Nap, for this opportunity to show our projects.
My pleasure. And just to give an overview for our viewers on how today's format will work. So we're going to go roundtable style with each project or each person having a 15 to 20-minute window to showcase basically what they've built in whatever way they want to go about that. So the crowd, will also have an opportunity to ask questions. So definitely type those questions in the comments, and we will bring those up. And of course, our peers here, if you have any questions for the presenter, please keep them, and we will bring them up as we go along. All right. So starting at the top of my screen, James, would you like to kick us off?
Okay.
And go. Great. You're good
Okay.
to go.
My project is a simple one, which is a crowdfunding dApp that is backed by Bitcoin. Um, we all know that traditional crowdfunding lacks accountability sometimes. Someone can just decide to source for fund for something, and at the end of the day, what that funds was supposed to be used for, and the person ends up not using the funds for what's supposed to use the funds for. We all see stories of people getting scammed online that, oh, I donated to so and so cost, and at the end of the day, it turned out to be a scam. Like we can see, donors have no control oversight once funds are sent. Once you send your funds in the traditional crowdfunding way, once the fund leaves your hand, it depends on, it's almost next to nothing for you to be able to get back your funds if you so decide to get back your funds. So my my solution is a crowdfund platform that's built on the Rootstock network. What does this platform do? It's just a simple platform that anybody that wants to like crowdfund for an idea, you come to the platform, you 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 create your campaign that you want to do and all that. What this solution does is it introduces donor oversight and accountability. You are held accountable by the donors. Like when someone puts his money on a campaign that is running, the person can decide to pull off the money at any time they so wish to do so, and it ensures fund management through milestone-based withdrawal voting. Of Once the funds hit the smart contract, the owner of the campaign cannot withdraw the money until there is a kind of like a voting mechanism where people vote where people vote to approve or support the milestone before they are able to like withdraw the money. So in this scenario, donors retain control over their contribution until the milestones are approved. So let's see the key features of the application. Like I said, the platform is a simple platform. Anyone can create a crowdfunding project by specifying a goal, a milestone, a timeline, and you have an opportunity to upload documents or image to support the purpose for the crowdfunding. Like when you put in what the crowdfunding is for, the category of the crowdfunding, then you put in your documents, like you put in your document to support what you are crowdfunding for and all that. So in terms of donor contributions, donors can contribute funds using the native token, which is the RBTC, a one-on-one peg native coin to Bitcoin. So the funds are locked in a smart contract until milestones are approved. Then we have our milestone voting. And a owner of a campaign creates milestone along the way which donors to that campaign can vote on so as to be able to access the funds. Campaign owners have like three tranches for them to withdraw their money. If an owner creates creates a milestone, you they vote on the milestone and all that. And if the milestone is successful, then the owner should be able to like withdraw the money that is attached to that milestone. For each successful milestone, you get 1/3 of the money till the final milestone, and the campaign closes down. When you get 3 successful milestones, the campaign closes down. Then you have our donor refunds. Donors can withdraw their contribution anytime before a milestone is approved or the campaign ends. And this is a key feature of this my approach, is giving the donors, putting the power back in the hands of the donor. The donor can easily, at any point in time, decide to withdraw their money if they don't feel as if the project is going the right way in which they envisage before joining the project. They can at any time pull in their money or whatever it is that is left of the money. So let's see how it works. For project creation, we have like a factory contract using the open Zeppelin proxy pattern. Each campaign is a smart contract in its own, right? We have the factory contract that is deployed, and we have an implementation contract. Then as users create a campaign, that is a separate contract on its own and all that. Then the documents that are uploaded, to Arweave. The documents are uploaded to Arweave, and we have like a subgraph that kind of like index the contracts in the protocol that has as a kind of like backend to the protocol. Then the subgraph, like I said, indexes the logs from the smart contracts and all that. Each campaign is a separate contract that is owned by an individual. It's a separate Rootstock contract that is owned by an individual. And to be able to manage everything together, I decided to use the subgraph. Use the subgraph, which has like a kind of like decentralized backend system. Okay, the milestone. Owners create milestone which are voted on by project donors. We have a scenario like the first milestone. When you create the project, let me say you create a project and you put a kind of like a time in that, okay, this project I'm going to run this campaign for like 2 weeks, right? Right up to the time of 2 weeks, you won't be able to do anything. You'll be able to like withdraw any money, but you can create a milestone. You can create a milestone at the end of the 2 weeks, at the end of the duration in which you set. The first milestone is not voted on by donors, right? Because the project owner needs funds to kind of like start the project. So the first milestone is not voted on by donors. You can create that milestone and you get 1/3 of whatever money that's in the smart contract. Then in the process of the other 2 milestones, which votes are needed, once the milestone is created, you have like a 2 weeks period for you to vote on the milestone before the milestone either passes or it fails. If a donor to a campaign does not vote, at the expiration of 2 weeks, it's assumed that the donor voted yes. So an essential vote is assumed to be a yes vote at the end of the 2 weeks. Yeah, like the strength of these crowdfunding platform, which I said from the beginning, is donors contribute and retain the ability to withdraw their funds, which is very important. This ability to withdraw your funds I think, is the most important part of the crowdfunding protocol. If at any point in time you get dissatisfied with how the platform works, or you get dissatisfied that when I signed up for this, when I donated my money for this wasn't what I envisaged that the project is going to get to, then at any point in time you can decide to withdraw your money. Then the voting. At each milestone, donors vote to release funds. A yes vote is calculated at the end of each milestone. For a vote to pass, you must have like two-thirds of the votes in support of you for that milestone to pass. And If the votes are not approved, funds remain locked, and donors can retrieve their donations at any time that they want. Then, in terms of withdrawals, donors can withdraw their funds before the campaign ends, or if milestones are not approved, which I've said, then project owners can withdraw funds only after milestone approval. I've said that also. The first milestone withdrawal does not require donors to vote. Project owners can withdraw funds in three tranches, thereby bringing the campaign to an end. I was supposed to do a live demo, but I noticed that just last week the Rootstock index that index the indexer in the graph that index the Rootstock smart contracts, it just stops working. So and the subgraph as a kind of backend in the system in which I have. But anyway, let me just show you some pages of what I was able to capture before it went AY and stopped working. On this like the home page, you have you have like your number of active backers, our number of created contracts. Like I said, each campaign is a contract in its own. Um, when you creating your project, you specify the category, and there's a kind of like a small fee that you pay in RBTC for you to like use the platform to create your project, and you specify the documents in which you want to upload to Arwave. Right now, I'm using the Turbo. I'm using Turbo to upload to Arwave, and so I'm using their free upload, which uploads anything less than 100 kilobyte for free. So in the when it's uploaded and I send the transaction to Rootstock, the subgraph indexes the logs, taking the details of the contracts which it places into entities. I'm going to share the repo of the subgraph, the contract, and the front end at the end of this presentation. Then you can see a simple dashboard for projects owners. You can click and see the milestones that you've created. You see the numbers of votes in support and those against, and you can also see those that have contributed. Since the blockchain, just the addresses of those that have contributed, how much they've contributed, and those that have also withdrawn their contributions. Then also we have like a metric system a metrics to know how many people have contributed to a project. Like you have different categories of projects and all that. Then I also implemented a full text search on the subgraph where you can kind of like search for projects to where you can search for projects to contribute to. Where you can search for projects to contribute to. We okay. Okay. Then I think that is my brief presentation on my crowdfunding project.
Awesome, man. Excellent. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions for James? Sorry, Cordy, were you trying to say something?
Oh yeah. So what's the hardest thing for you now when it comes to just getting it done? Like what's the hardest thing when it comes to scaling it?
Okay. The hardest thing for me at the moment, I think the ability of notifying donors to a project when a milestone has been created. Like if you look at the more stable, will I say stable chain? If you look at like Ethereum, we have like what's it called? Chain. Is it chain link? Is it chain link that has a kind of like a way to send transaction when events happened on chain, right? For you to like call a method when events happen on chain, you can easily call an HTTP method like send notification to donors to a project. So it would be nice if we have something like that for the Rootstock network, right? So when something happens on chain, you can easily get like a notification. Then developers can key into that and use that to kind of like notify their users and all that. I think that's kind of like the hardest so far. Then also the graph indenser for the Rootstock network. I think it's just one. It was working like last week, but all of a sudden it just stopped working. So I was like thinking maybe my code was broken, so I have to like deploy it on another chain, and for me to find out that I'm still sane, I'm not running mad. You understand? So,
Yeah, that's the danger of working with a demo. You never know. One day it might work. One day like, oh, is it me or is yeah? But I guess great question, Cordy. Question for me is what do you see as like the next steps for your project, James? Like, how do you see it evolving, and what would you like to add on to it after the fact?
the next step will be building it out more completely and trying to like make a business out of it. Um, Developing the platform much robustly and all that. Because basically this is just bare bones. This just building nothing. So by adding more features on top, like the search, I think the search will be something that I would really like to like tackle so that people can search for a project of their choice, because right now the way it is, it's just a kind of like a keyword hit. At least you should be able to like get search based on similar words that kind of like looks closest to each other and all that. So you'll be able to like get it. So I think that should be the next step for me.
Excellent, excellent. And yeah, that unfortunately brings us to the end of your time allotment, James. But that was a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
really looking forward to seeing your project grow. And definitely, so the all just a reminder, gang, all the project links are in the YouTube description below. So if you want to check them out after the fact, definitely go for that. Um, and now, well, firstly, before we move on, welcome, Julio. I know you were a bit tied up with work, but yeah, ecstatic to have you on. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, so next on my rotating list is Cordy. So Cordy, you wanna well, the floor is yours.
Oh yes, hey guys. So today I'm going to present Handle. So it's a naming solution that connects. Basically, the goal is to connect everything to everything. So bridging Web2 to Web3. So as in a way to bring things together. And Rootstock is the perfect hub for that. And the best way to get started is just show you guys a video. It's a 3-minute video, and it shows you how our token bound account works. So you can play the video now.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. All right, play the video now.
From user A to
How
user
do you
B
start from
and
scratch?
back.
I can just go back.
Today,
Starting.
I'm going to go over our token bound account feature and demonstrate sending RBTC from user A to user B and back. As you can see here, when you manage the token bound accounts, each handle name has their own address. This means with this wallet here, I'm going to send RBTC to user B. The address is above with the total balance. I have to type user B and then now type the total amount to send.
As you can see, there's like a nice little Bitcoin emoji for like the suffix. So there I'm saying like 0.003 RBTC to user B. And what's exciting here is that I'm able to have all these names under one account, and every account has a wallet. So basically, every handle has its own wallet, a mind of its own. So every
Now you can
name
see
is
that
what- Mhm.
as I navigate back to the page, let's check to see if the balance of a user has been updated because I sent the RBTC amounts.
So now you can see the updated balances here.
You can see now that user B has this amount received.
So user B
They
already has
received
the
0.003 RBTC. Okay, now to send some RBTC to user A. I'm going to send 0.002 RBTC to user A this time.
So this is basically sending Bitcoin from one name to another, and each name has its
Confirm.
own wallet.
And now we wait. Okay,
It's actually ready to go on mainnet. It's all testnet right now, but we're ready to go live.
let's check the balances now. The balance has been updated. It's now less and has the amount sent from the other user. Every handle TBA account is a wallet and can receive assets. Very interesting. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah. So now that you guys have seen this, right? What does that mean? So people who don't know what token bound accounts are, it's something that's been built. It's native on Flow blockchain, but the guys who came up with it were behind ERC 721, and Benny was the founder. He basically is like an extension of 721, and it allows you to own NFTs within NFTs. So if you guys don't see what's going on with the space, it's becoming a multi-chain space. With the Magic Eden airdrop, with the Penguin airdrop, you've seen that wallets are connected to wallets from other chains. So now I'm like, how do I do this with the root of Bitcoin? So everyone's using Ethereum as the root, and it goes back to Solana. But we could do the same exact thing with Rootstock and connect it to all the other chains, having that root on Bitcoin. So now imagine all your the beauty of talking about accounts is that it will allow me to own every NFT from every chain and put that under my handle name. So that handle address is a Rootstock address, but it will eventually connect to everything, every asset, every token under that name. And if you go to manage the portfolio, I could have several different handle names under that portfolio to represent my digital resume in that sense. Very interesting. And I think I have like a few minutes to explain just to show you like the overall concept of handle. The early, let me share the screen. It's not sharing. 1 second. Share the screen. Share the entire screen right here. So basically, handle, it started out with just a regular name system. Like, hey, you can have a name, and you buy the name. So we already have the name. It exists, right? So we have the name. It's available. The thing about that is that the names, they were nice to have. It's like it was the first application we had. You buy a name and that's it. And we wanted to add more features. So the other feature we have added to it is the token bound account. So that means it's not just a regular name anymore, right? It's just names that are wallets. So if you think about AI agents and all these things that need to live on their own, you could attach the identity to these AI agents and all the other applications that could function.
Sorry to interrupt, Cordy. You switched tabs. You're showing the StreamYard Infinity screen.
Oh no! 1 second.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All right. Is that better? Okay, great. So now you see from this, right? It's just a basic name system at first, and then we added the token bound account to it, which is the feature that allows us to own assets and NFTs within the name, and it makes it a better experience. Our third application is going to be a single sign-on solution, which is called Sign In with Handle, SIWH. So we start out with just buying names and basically allow you to own a name. And then the token bound account was what we applied for the grant for. and we have it ready and we're ready to launch it. And the third application is going to be the single sign-on solution where we could sign on with our names that has a bundle of our assets. It's pretty straightforward, and I'm excited to show more. And before I end this, how much time do I have left? Probably have like 2 minutes left, right?
No, you got 8 minutes. You got 8 minutes left.
Oh wow, okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop sharing the screen here. It's showing the stream link, so I'm gonna have to share, pick another option. I have to share it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to show this one right here. Is that better? Do you see everything?
Yes. Yeah.
Great. So these are our website right here. It's very straightforward. It's very beta. It's not perfect, but our website here shows you everything. As in, like, hey, this is a naming system on Rootstock, and our goal is we're going to eventually merge this with ordinals and support Bitcoin and very exciting things. But the whole point of this is to have the Bitcoin emoji as basically it means culture, right? And that is important. If you think about Bitcoin, you think about the emoji, and now it attaches your name with that Bitcoin emoji. So every time you have a name like Satoshi right here, it's available for you to pick up, and that's exciting. You could attach your name to a Bitcoin emoji. And the thing about us is that our names are available for free. 5 characters or more are basically free. So right here, 5 characters or more are free. After that, and before that, anything lower is, see these prices here. And we have a way to renew. Every 2 years, you could renew right here. And we also have a way to create sub handles. So subdomains, we call them sub handles. So that means we're going to help people create communities within their name. So you could have a community which is like Satoshi that, Bitcoin or the Bitcoin emoji, and create a sub handle with that community as well, and charge people for that community, or don't charge them at all. And these are the total you could charge people to renew. These are the total to renew the sub handles as well. So every year you have to renew the sub handles. It's basically like having a membership subscription to Netflix, and then you basically creating that subscription for your community if you create sub handles. So if you think about it, it's a very interesting idea, a very innovative way to create communities, very innovative ways to actually connect your profiles, your memberships, your identity to Bitcoin, and connect to Bitcoin, and connect everything to everything. And for us, I'm going to show you guys the basic features because our site already works and it's already functional. You go to launch app, and I'll go here to pick up a name. Let me see. Footwear. Footwear is basically free. It's there because 5 characters or more. It's basically free to pick up. Boom. So I'm picking up footwear. And then, so right now it's letting me mint the name right here. Let me let it load for a second. Oh, and let me change. I have to change the network, I believe, to the testnet. 1 second, guys. Rootstock testnet. Perfect. Now let me mint again to footwear.bitcoin. So if you were on Rootstock, you just go to Rootstock and you basically pick up a name. It's 5 characters or more for free. So you basically don't pay anything to pick up a 5 character or more name. And now you just wait for the confirmation for it to go through. And now I'm having a name minted on Rootstock, footwear. And with that name, I could create subhandles with it. But the best thing, this is the reason why I'm here, is to attach it to a token-bound account. So that name footwear could also have its own wallet. And that's the proof that I showed with the video. So that means that same name could have its own special wallet to receive assets and become its own living entity. So now it's currently loading. So once it's confirmed, it'll show that I own the footwear.bitcoin name. Look, it shows that it's unavailable. See the bottom? So that means the name is now taken. So now what do? I go to the handle overview to check my name, and I want to see if it's here. Refresh the page. to see if I have footwear. Let me see if footwear is taken. So footwear is not available here. If I want to, I can create a sub handle for footwear. Right here. So many features. And for this, if I go to portfolio, look, I see footwear. And footwear is under my account. And what I can do, I can click footwear and I can manage footwear. So what I can do to make footwear a token bound account, I go to create TBA, boom. Once I click create TBA, I bring it to life, right? Before this, it was just attached to my regular wallet. But now I click create TBA and confirm it's attached to a token bound account, which means now it's going to be a living entity of its own that has its own wallet that could own its own assets. So now it's currently waiting to confirm. Give it a few seconds, but that's about it, guys. It allows you to, you're basically allowed to pick up a name for free for like 5 characters or more. And then once you pick up that name, you could create a TBA with that name. And then you could basically have that name become your identity as a token bound account. And the thing about that is that your whole portfolio could have several different names under it, right? So we all have different personalities somehow, right? I myself, I was a musician once. I've done several things as a consultant, and we all have different personalities, different lives. So you could attach different skill sets if you're a trader, if you're a consultant, if you're an advisor to these names, and basically create some kind of portfolio or create some kind of history that's separate from each individual identity.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So it's basically kind of like a ENS, but for Bitcoin, right?
In a way, but we've done it where we have the token bound accounts to make it where these names have their own individual wallets that's separate
Gotcha.
from the typical wallet we have here today. So that means that there are a basket within the basket, right? So as I go here, like I said before, if you go to portfolio, I can have multiple names under this. So footwear,
Gotcha.
games, and everything that is under this portfolio. And it all represents my personas, my identity, my work, and my different skill sets that I could show proof of on the blockchain. So now,
Excellent.
yes, I'm almost done. How much time do I have left? So now the token bound account is created. To view that, I can go to footwear and look. And now it's created. I can manage the token bound account. It has its own address. So now this name has its address, 0x46. This is completely different from this address. So this address I have right now, it's right here. My address would be here, right? That. And then so that will have its own address. If I were to attach another name to it, it have its own other address as well. So you go to manage here, boom. So right here is the way to send it. So now I could send RBTC from one name to another, and then send that RBTC to another name as well. And it all exists. So basically, think about just. I think the best example to think about now when it comes to what's blown up in the space, as in AI agents, right? You could have multiple AI agents within your portfolio, and they all could have different skill sets within your portfolio, and they all live within their own separate wallets. And that's about it, guys.
Beauty. That's right on the dot. That's excellent. Gang, if you have any questions for Cordy or want to check out Handle, the link to the website is listed in the YouTube description below, so definitely you'll want to check that out. Now, thank you again, Cordy. That was an excellent demonstration. Nestor, you're up.
Yes, pardon, sorry. Hello, everyone. Again, let me share all my screen. I'm going to present. I'm going to make a pitch for you, and later I'm going to show the project how it works. Oops. Can you see the full screen of my pitch?
We can. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello everyone. So our project is called Monetizado. Monetizado is the name in Spanish that means monetize. That's just the translation in Spanish. It's a create to earn or engage to earn protocol. What's the idea? To monetize any web page or static content in the Web 2 using Web 3. Why? Because in Web 2, the subscription model that you pay for any content is very complicated. It's not broken, but it's complicated. Why? For example, imagine you are a content creator. You create a specific content, you want to monetize. For example, you want to monetize for $10 every month. Just say that. Your users, your customers, or your followers are going to pay for your content, but to receive your money, you need to wait many days, and finally you receive less money because the payment gateway, the subscription platform, they are taking a lot of fees from your money. So that is complicated for content creators. Also, you are a consumer, a user. You are looking for a specific content. You want to pay, but the problem, you want to consume one specific content and you need to pay for all the month or all the whole subscription. So to access to a specific content, maybe you see the content, finally you pay for that, but you realize maybe you are losing money because you don't want to consume more content, or maybe the content creator is not creating more content for you. You are losing money for that. That is a huge problem. That's where we are working in that. And imagine in the creator economy is growing, and in the next decade it will represent more $500 billion. That is a huge market. So the idea of Monetizado, it's enabling any web page to be monetized as pay on chain in a pay-per-view way. That's the idea. If you want to see a specific content, you pay for that, not for every content. You pay for that, and you if you want to consume that's the idea. So right now, this product is about the contract. The contract in this context, of course, with Rootstock testnet right now. If you want to protect your content, I'm going to show that. Also, we are working with a JavaScript SDK to integrate in your web platform. And a proxy SDK I'm going to explain later. But how is the flow? You want to register your content on chain, maybe with a name in Rootstock, not the screenshot, in Rootstock with a name and the amount to pay in RBTC, maybe 0.0001 RBTC for one web page. That's the idea. You will receive an ID, a unique identifier from the smart contract, and you need to implement in your web page, for example. Here it's an example. You will receive a specific code you need to paste in your web content at our JavaScript SDK, and with that you can protect your content. For example, this is a small screenshot I'm going to show. If you want to access to this specific part of the website, you need to pay for that. That's how it works. Our SDK detects if you paid for that or you need to pay right now. That's the idea. Finally, you can see that content. That's the idea. A pay-per-view protocol. Finally, so we will charge a small fee for every interaction with the contract, less than we are working in the cost. Maybe it's too high right now. And the competitors, the subscription website in Web 2, also a specific standard I can explain later, a new web standard, web monetization. It's similar for micropayments. Here is my presentation, but I have over 15 years of experience, really. I have experience in many technologies, especially in Web3 and blockchain right now. So that's the idea for an on-chain monetization for Web2 platforms, thanks to the Web3. Now I'm going to show how it works. That's the idea, not just me talking. Here is the GitHub. The GitHub is available in the YouTube channel, in the video, in the live stream, if you want to check. Here is the first, our first GitHub is the contract. The contract also explains all the features about the contract or the platform itself. You can use, for example, to in any context, not just for access to exclusive content. Maybe your users want to pay in your website to hide advertising or just pay for donations. In any context, you can use that. So you can apply for with videos, audios, files, blogs, news websites, and more. Here is many smart contracts in many networks, but here is all the explanation. If you want to integrate in your backend, in your platform, you want to implement this with all the instruction, how you want to monetize anything. But also, our focus is content creators. Content creators are not developers, so create or interact with smart contracts is very complex for them. They don't need to create or program any language. In that context, we create this Monetizado JavaScript library or SDK. The idea with some few lines you need to paste in your web page, you can monetize your content. I'm going to show how it works, how it's available with all the instruction about the SDK. For example, detect that we created a new property in the HTML with JavaScript. Detect if the user has access or need to pay for the content. Get more info from the blockchain. For example, how is the amount the user need to pay, the name, etc. The fee from the platform, the pay to the content, and more. That's how it works. So now let me share how it works. So here is the example. Our product is the SDK, the contract, not the website. This is a demo because it's it's ugly design, but just to show. That is the whole website or the demo. Maybe this part is exclusive content. You need to pay for that. If you see, I'm using Web2 platforms and a simple HTML, nothing else. So I'm going to show the source code how it works. Here I'm using the JavaScript SDK with all the instruction, adding some other JavaScript codes, and finally with some JavaScript code in the website in the HTML. I'm looking this part and saying just all the users who paid for the content has access to this part. And that's how it works. That is very simple, and detect what is the amount in RBTC to pay for that. Also, but how is the amount? What is the name of the content? How it works? Here also, in your JavaScript, you need to add this specific code, a specific tag link with the name Monetizado and this URI. This Rootstock, we are in testnet. This is the content creator. This is one of my wallets, for example, and this is a unique identifier. Why I'm using that? Because maybe you want to monetize only in other Web2 content, Web2 page, and the idea is another identifier, because the idea is to understand which content is more popular or receive more money. That's the idea. If you want to monetize all your website and the user just need to pay once, you can use the same code in all the HTML, all the web page in your website. That's the idea. But where you get this code, one option is interact with the smart contract directly, or we created this ugly demo also for the manager. I say that. So you select the Rootstock network that you can see, or for example, I'm going to create, let me select Rootstock tenant. I'm going to, this is a demo, just a name, not is a good name, but just to show, and the amount to pay in RBTC. For example, 0.0002 or 1, I'm going to create, and I'm going to pay, I am in Rootstock, yes. That is the amount, perfect, I'm going to wait. But meanwhile, so I have other contents I created with a name and the amount the users need to pay. If I copy this tag or this code, if I paste in Notepad, for example, I can see this code I need to pay in my HTML. That is simple. That is very simple to integrate. And finally, with the JavaScript, all use it. Now I have this demo. So, oops. In this demo, so I'm going now to pay and access to exclusive content. And I check that is the amount I need to pay, more the fees, of course. I'm going to confirm, and I need to wait for the MetaMask confirmation to reload the page, and you can see. But meanwhile, what is the structure? What maybe for you is some complicated to use this specific tag. Why that? Maybe you don't know, but there is a new web standard, like other standard in the web. It's called web monetization. That's the idea. In many web browsers, is implemented. The idea is like my platform. So the idea is to monetize any web content using a wallet. What is the problem with this standard right now? Let me check. Maybe it's done. Well, I wait for the confirmation. The problem with this standard, you have some wallets or service providers for paying a specific website to access specific content. The service provider define the amount, define if you need to pay once a week, once a day, every day. That is a problem. The content creator or the users don't have the control about the how monetize or pay for the content. With our project, you define if you want to pay for all your content, for one specific content, is your choice. So finally, I'm going to reload, and because I received the notification from MetaMask, here. Now the SDK, the library detects, hey, I pay for that content, I can access. That's how it works. It's very simple. And to finish my presentation about this project, the idea, finally, it's not just why I'm creating that, because working with many content creators, they want to take advantages for the on-chain platform. For example, receive money immediately or not pay too much in fees. But the problem, they don't want to move their content to a Web3 platform because it's very complex for them. It's very technical. And again, so in this context, it's better to improve that, bring the Web3 payments to Web2 content. That's the idea. It's integrate a Web 2.5 platform, maybe like that. And finally, to the Bitcoin Fi or Bitcoin Finance, I don't know if Fi is for finance, but thanks to Rootstock, and the idea is we can use Bitcoin for the content for the creator economy. We have a huge space for that. We can use Bitcoin not just for store value. It's also to pay, to use, and we are working with that. And that's it. Thank you for your time. If you have any question, I am happy to answer that.
Yeah, this was excellent, Nestor. Thank you so much. A very interesting idea indeed. Does anybody have any questions for Nestor they'd like to ask? If not, I do. So is the idea that these are the payment when you pay to access the content, you only have it once, or is the idea that you can either do it such that you access the payment one time, or it's like a regular subscription where you pay for access and you have access to this?
Yes, the idea how it works, you pay just once for access for that. If I want, if you want to, the idea we are working right now, it's in our roadmap to enable like a kind of NFT or similar token to pay for 1 month, as you say. So just pay for 1 month, or for or pay just for a couple of views. That's the idea. For now, the model is just pay if so you will have access for this specific content forever. So the idea is maybe because this content is changing, maybe you want to collect more money from your customer, or maybe for just for free like that. But that is our approach, a part of our roadmap for the next version.
Excellent. You answered my next question as well as what you had planned next. So awesome. Thank you so much, Nestor. Yeah, this looks very, very awesome, as do all our other projects here. And yeah, like you mentioned, if you want to start playing around or exploring the code, that is in the YouTube description. So you can do that at your own leisure. And last but not least, Julio, I know we missed you at the start, where everybody gave an intro. So before you get going with your presentation, do you want to give a brief introduction about yourself?
Of course, thank you, Nap. Yeah, Julio Cruz, I'm software engineer for more than 15 years, 3 years in development in crypto. Now doing some projects with Rootstock. I have a very nice experience with Rootstock too. I'm trying to bring to the life a solution what many people ask me. Let me present that one.
For sure.
Cool. Let me see how this works. Present. Let me see. Share screen. I go to select this screen. Perfect. Let me know if you can see my screen. Cool.
Yeah.
That means this button is working. Perfect. Looks is working. Okay. Let me present you Meeting Value Protocol. Okay, it's a tooling application for help us with our meetings. No, it's part of the DD Rootstock Small Grants, and that gives me the opportunity to working in that one. Something what I was thinking by a long time ago. Introduction for the problem is, as we know, the meetings is we like to use blockchain for in order to make sure meetings going to provide us more things, no, because it's a little situation there what we can tell her, no. For example, here is this application going to help us to create a secure, transparent, efficient framework management professional meetings, no. What's the problem really? And this one, this application started a long time ago. Because I participated in many events in hackathons too. One time I was talking with one DevNTell, no, a friend of mine. I say, "Hey man, when I need to meet with you," but he told me, "Hey, every time my agenda is busy," and I say, "Why?" What happened is a lot of times, a lot of people book your agenda, but they never show up. And it's very, very hard. It's very hard for DevNTell or mentors to communicate with other people with that situation, no? It's not show impact, no? Another situation, another friend of mine, DevNTell from one protocol, was a very nice. We do the participation, we read the students, he do the speech and everything, but at the end he need to do attestation, but he do manually. And the question is, say, why is not a tool who can help you with that one? So you already arrange the meeting, and you have the list, what you need to go and doing manually. No, it really is not a tool already on this moment online to help people, developers, mentors, attendant people, no? Automatization, another situation, because I participate on that one, these are students. This is another country. I originate from Peru, these students are from Peru. And what they need after this happens, somebody teach you, you do an online meeting, and somebody show you something, teach you something, they need a certificate. Yes, in some countries you need a PDF as a certificate. And similar to attestation, more than the mentor, they really need attestation because his protocol asks for that one. This young student, he need a PDF certificate because the school asked for that one. See, in the same situation, so you already have attended this list, and you know, and the meeting happened because you can put in the blockchain the attestation. Why the similar system generate a certificate for everyone? No, many times, for example, in all for that case, in many cases, for example, conference to me happen is because I am software engineer. Some friends, when they do Web2 conference, they say, "Hey, can you help me? I need to send 150 PDF," and it's not a tool for that. This is not only for a Web3 situation. This is for a generic situation. It's not tools to help you to manage this kind of stuff. No, that's how this application born. No, doing these 4 factors. What I find at the time, and people ask me, "Hey, you know what? We need something who fix this problem." That's how MVP meeting value protocol start and born. No, in part of not show meeting not show the root agendas and waste resource. Now you need to know a lot about this one. Highlighting the need of accountability mechanisms to ensure participant engagement. Very important. It's time. You know, everybody, time is the most precious thing today, you know. Verification of attendance, reliable methods for recording attendance are essential to maintain the accountability. Very important. And we have automatization and documentation. Manual process for creating meeting attestation are inefficient. It's time again. You can generate errors because it's manually, no? We need to create automated solutions. The solutions according to functionality is the key feature of this application I call MVP is the integration of smart contract to help us, the protocol, automate a lot of these tasks, no? And use the blockchain for the attendance verification using attestation, no? You know, si it's in the blockchain, nobody can move, it's approved. Capabilities and functionalities about the application is we can automate meetings. No, that's the idea of the application. We can use agents AI. The idea is, or part of the roadmap is use agents AI. I already have some applications who already use that one. I like to use this one or this application. The immutable attendance record with the blockchain. In that case, you know, for people who exercise on Web3, they can have a proof. They say, "Oh, really? That person attend," because and you can modify that one. It's on the blockchain, and it's perfect. No, for people who is no Web3 and they can have a proof about the meeting. No, insight and analytics. What's something important? What I see around what happened to me just a few weeks is I like to share. For example, you like to share your link because somebody like to meet with you, and in order you can provide information or you maybe do a class. Sometimes only you generate a QR code or you generate a page where people can find you cost too much money, and it's not sense because it's just a QR, it's just an application. I mean, really, it's something what I see. For example, some people asked me last week to generate some QRs. I go to a site and you need to pay around more 100 for 1 year. Really, it's no sense. I mean, that's little things what really you see when people were doing meetings, more when you try to teach somebody or for a protocol or interact with developers. That's why MVP born, no? Meeting value protocol. The benefits, obviously, we are already talking, the record immutability, the streamlined documentation process. It's very important because when we have this batch to generate documents, this is a classic Web2, PDF generation, attestation is Web3, but this is another process that helps us a lot. Real-time engagement insight. For example, the idea of this protocol, when you generate a QR, you can share that QR when some person scan, you can have analytics about that person, what country, what day, how many people is doing, from where, what device. this is what is important sometimes for people who like to see your public is in phone or your public is in desktop, that kind of stuff. That's very important. We don't find that alternatives today in one application, no? Everybody know Calendly, but Calendly is not give you that kind of stuff, no? Components architecture of the application, we can see social logging, because this is not only for Web3. This is true. It's a lot of people on Web3 who using that one, mostly you working for a protocol, but I'm talking about conference of people or students who they know Web3, they need this kind of solution. That's because we're using dynamic in the front end in order to can generate social logging in order to open this application to everyone, no? More information about the security implementation of the application, no? Rootstock provide this efficiency, this security already. Something important about the Rootstock is because it's the conversion to BTC. The idea, one of the main idea, for example, for when if you're a dev or a mentor, if somebody book you, they need to pay a fee in order to book for you. Si they show up, the smart contract return the money to the participants. If he don't show up, that money going to maybe to another account or maybe a project what you support. For example, you support public goods and everything what happened in that period going to be to that smart contract, no? That is the idea. More for, people understood is important. Si you said something, respect that one. If not, that going to be a level of smart contract that have nothing to do with the mentor of the rel, going to the whatever you set up in the application project. AI capabilities, what I say is now today we using a lot smart agents, no, AI agents who help us to generate the stuff, no. For example, a classic process is for I like to say to my smart agent, I can type it, hey, you know what? Generate me the PDF certificate from the last week, and generate a list and send me an email, something like that. We can do very simply with S1 OpenAI. No, it's a lot of applications are wrote that one, and that's when we're talking about automatization. No, we can generate these tasks. Only these two tasks: so PDF generation, attestation, throw to AI, and you not only have your report, and that's it. You can keep working because it's time. Very important to use AI. Implementation call to action. Let's go. This is a big review of the application. The point of view of the architecture, we can see obviously going to be a DevRel mentor, calling conference, calling teacher, no? Is somebody who chose something, no? And the media request, calling a student, calling developer, calling somebody who need this one. This is the point of me, no? Something important about this application, this not try to replace Calendly, this not try to replace Google Meet. I mean, you're going to put you the information. It's more, this application intention is integrate with this tool what all people already use. And obviously notification using email system, no? Very important. A big review about the application, the user authentication. When you land into the system capture you, the classic application. We create an account for you, and we put your profile in the smart contract. We have a smart contract for control that one, profile updated, and we give you access to the application, no? Calendar management ability, no? For example, when you do the request a meeting, we can see that what we say about the payment, no? You process request, create the contract, configure assistency, generate the meeting link, and send the meeting message, no? To the user, because remember, we have notification and we have a component for the email, no? It really is Web2, but we need to remember, we like to go to Web2 people. See, that is true was a Web3, no? The request processing, we can see here to set ability, you do the schedule, just to store this information, confirm the storage, and update display and show the confirmation. It's a process what we have. I just put the more for important and deposit and smart contract management. That's what we're talking about. This concept as if you like to meet, when you create the meeting, you have the option to be free or put a fee. No, in that case, the DevRel or mentor can decide where did that money go. No, in the setting that need to be defined before. No, this is the workflow. We can see we connect the wallet, initial connection, verify the wallet verify. We store the information, configure the store, the amount what we pay, and we complete and return to the application. No, this is open source. we have a QR for the GitHub repository, the website, and the end of the site, you're going to find a Telegram group. That means if you like this project, because it's a lot, it need to be done to more of a part of the AI in the middle of that one. You join and we can adapt whatever you need. This is more for the communities. No, so you see, this is more as a tooling, more another thing. What is the next steps? Try to contact more organizations who can use this one, more about protocols, do demos to the rest of people who can use, and access support. That's because I create the Telegram group. No, thank you. I am Julio Cruz. You can find me anywhere as Julio N. Cruz in GitHub, in Anything Network, and that is the link. That is the GitHub. Now, let's go see the repo. If you go to the repo who already passed you, you're going to find it. I think I need to put more big. Perfect. We have here the site. As you see, I still working on modify things. But the most important, we divide in two. Every time when I working, I divide two. In the front end, smart contract. Smart contract is user scaffold ETH connected to Rootstock, and the MVP application every time is a Next.js app road using WAHMI in order to connect Woodstock and Dynamic. No, let's go see a little bit about the code. As I mentioned, is two main directories. No, we can find the smart contract for the applications here. No, the payment smart contract, the attestation, obviously need to be a token because going to be a tokenomics. No, because I need to start working on that one to see and do, sustainable the platform and the user management. Obviously, when we commented, when you log in, we need to capture the user, that wallet. No. In the app, we using on-chain provider, we using Dynamic for social logging. As we can see, we have the network of Rootstock. What is in one of these one here? Leave providers. Okay, this is a lot. That's okay. No, it's not matter. Here, log out. As I see, you go to the site, and then you're going to find the Telegram group. You go into there, you can go and ask any question, or you like to working with me on this one will be nice. In that case, we can put more things on top of the application. Cool, perfect. Now we have a login, we connect with MetaMask, we go into inside of the application. Now we're there. This was in testing. I was modifying today because I have problem early. You can see the history of the commit. You're going to figure out what happened. This is the application. We can see, we can schedule a meeting. We can see our own meeting. So I can invite my friend to a meeting, a private meetings. I can have the document. This is a document what I can generate. The system need to generate. We're talking about PDF, no more of that one. We have a setting where I can put my information to share with another user and the availability, what time people can book with me. This is very similar to Calendly. No, you already see your Calendly, you already know what is the idea of this page. In the setting, is more about I can open a new tab. Cool, perfect. This is my public profile where people can meet with me, select a site, proceed a payment, and book it my application to me. And another thing is generate QR code. This is something what you can download and you can share it to your social network. No, the case is that one going to the application, generate the analytics, and in that case, you can see what's going on, who people really is looking for you. It's like a report about how your interaction or how the application is working for you. No, that's it. Things to do. The AI integration. No, I do a lot of AI integration. It's true. The application have a component for agents. What we know is this task now, what they're doing, going to be another integration for real voice. No, actually, I'm working a lot with Omi. This is a device who you can talk in. He convert to the. You can talk in different language. That convert to text, and we send to the same agent. The agent he already know what he need to do and generate your task. No, in that case, I can say, hey, you know what? Generate my certificate for the last month and send an email, and that's it. And that's everything for me. This is a working in progress project, and thank you so much. Anything what you need is a Telegram group, or you can find me anywhere as Julio Cruz. Thank you.
Oh, excellent, amazing. Yeah, so basically you are making people pay for your time, which is pretty cool. I've had many times.
Yeah, really what happened is that happen a lot. The developers and mentors, they can really reach to the real people who need the help, because I don't know if it's bot or something. Is look is just they book it every time. You need to stop that one way. No need to be an amount, but can be a representative amount. The most important is the person behind him is a person. Are he going to do that?
Excellent.
But we have the option to be a free meeting too. No.
Yeah,
in that case, you keep it there, but because people already told me this situation is happening, man, I need help. Say, okay, we can build something. That's what happened.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's amazing. I guess as we're coming to time, does anybody else have any questions for Julio? If not, I just want to thank you all again. Thank you so much for your time and all your amazing efforts working on all your excellent projects. Really looking forward to seeing them continue to grow with all the things you have planned for them. And thank you again.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to present our project.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you all. See you around.
And again, we'll catch you all back here next week for the last episode of 2024, which is kind of amazing. The year has gone by so fast. But we'll catch you all back for another episode next week. All right, cheers.
Cheers.